Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Namayam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vishnubhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna. So, welcome back to our Bhakti Vaibhava studies today. Today we are studying from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 3, text 28. Beautiful section. And the most important verse of Bhagavatam, we can say, which is called the Paribhasha Sutra of Srimad Bhagavatam. So what is this? What is Paribhasha Sutra of Bhagavatam? Let's first of all read this verse. Ete cham sakala pumsah Krishnastu bhagavan swayam indrari vyakulam lokam mridayanti yuge yuge. All of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Sri Krishna is a original personality of Godhead. All of them appears on the planets whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the theists. The Lord incarnates to protect the theists. Indrari Vyakulam Lokam. Indrari means the enemies of Indra, means the demons. They Vyakulam Lokam. Due to them, when the other planetary systems are disturbed, then the Lord comes in different incarnations. So this is called the Paribhasha Sutra. The Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, fountainhead of all the incarnations. All these incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. Okay. So what is Paribhasha Sutra? Selected verses. Yeah. 198. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. See, this is called the Emperor verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, establishing Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the conclusive opinions of Lord Chaitanya also. That Srinath Chakravarti represents Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's conclusive opinions in a nutshell in his Chaitanya Matamanjusha commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam as follows. Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajeshatanayastadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kvachidupasana Brajavadhu Vargena Yakalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamalam Prema Pumartho Mahan Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matamidam Tatradaro no para. Aradhya Bhagavan Brajesha Tanayastadhama Vrindavana. So 5 points here. One is Aradhya, object of worship. Who is object of worship? Sri Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, is the object of worship. Okay. Whom to worship? Krishna, son of Nanda Maharaj. What else to worship along with him? His Dhama, his transcendental abode, Vrindavana, which is as worshipable as him, as good as. As we worship him, we should worship his Dhama also. And not only his Dhamma, his name, form, his paraphernalia, his devotees, his abode, all of this. Tadhama means this also includes there. Upasana, how to do the process of worship, how to do worship, like which is the best method of worship, that which is performed by Braja Gopis. That's the topmost, this is the most epitome of worshipable process that we should do, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then Pramanam, spotless authority, Srimad Bhagavatam, spotless. Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam, spotless. Srimad Bhagavatam, the ultimate pramana, proof, basis of knowledge for everyone. And Artha, the ultimate Artha, Prema Puma Artha Mahan, ultimate Artha, goal of life is Prema or pure love of God. So these 5 points are the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matam Idam. Okay. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matam Idam. Tatra Adara na Paraha. So this Matam Idam, these in the above lines, these 5 are the Matam, means opinions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tatra Adara, we accept them, worship them, and nothing else. Okay. Srinath Chakrabarti, he was an acharya, he was the spiritual master of Srila Kavi Karnapur. He is not Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur. Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur is different and he is different. So, 2 personalities. So he composed this verse and he said this is the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he, in fact, he wrote a commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Srinath Chakrabarti wrote a commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. Why? In order to establish this point that these 5 points from Srimad Bhagavatam, that Srimad Bhagavatam teaches these 5 points to us. Okay. So all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas hold this opinion of Lord Chaitanya as the highest truth, as declared by Lord in the above verse. Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless authority, Pramanamalam, of transcendental science of Godhead. In this Tattva Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami proves that the statements of Srimad Bhagavatam are perfect, supreme, and conclusive. All other scriptures follow Srimad Bhagavatam just as courtiers follow their king's orders. All the other people in the kingdom, they follow the king's order. Interestingly, Bhagavatam also describes courtiers as sabhasadas. Although it's interesting, Srimad Bhagavatam also describes the other 4 items mentioned above. This article describes how Srimad Bhagavatam establishes Lord Krishna, Brajesha Tanaya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as explained by Jiva Goswami. Just as Srimad Bhagavatam is the emperor of all evidences, Sarva Pramanam Chakravarti. Srimad Bhagavatam is the emperor of all evidences, Sarva Pramanam Chakravarti. Jiva Goswami states that the 28th verse of the 3rd chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, this one, 1, 2, 3, 28, is the emperor verse of Bhagavatam, for it is the most conclusive, unambiguous, declarative, absolute, and categorical in establishing the supremacy of Lord Krishna. This verse. So Jiva Goswami analyzes this verse in his Krishna Sandarbha in great detail. Okay, great detail, these points are coming. So one thing, let me say that what's actually the main point is, we'll go into these things as a special verse. What did Jiva Goswami say? His analysis. But main point here of this is that this is the main defining truth, defining philosophy of Srimad Bhagavatam, we can say. What does Srimad Bhagavatam stand for? What is the main philosophy of Bhagavatam? It says that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So now, why this verse is specifically selected as for that? Because this verse most clearly, most conclusively, it says this point, establishes this point, that how Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, this is the verse which easily and most conclusively says it. What does that mean? Now, what is the need of this? So Vishwan Chakravarti Thakur also in his commentary, you will see that he gives the definition of Paribhasha Sutra. Paribhasha Sutra means the defining truth, defining principle, which defines the entire book, which sets uh, the principle for the entire book. Okay. Now, what's the application of that? What's the importance of that? You see, in fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, in Daksha and Sati episode, where Sati lit the fire, Yogagni, and she entered the fire and she left body, burned her own body. Shiva was so angry on that. Then the Virabhadra was created. He came and killed everyone, and Daksha was killed. Daksha's head was chopped off. And then Lord Shiva was so angry, so he went back to Kailash. And in Kailasha, Daksha, he sat on meditation. He was so angry. So then Brahma, in order to pacify Lord Shiva, went there along with other demigods. And he prayed to Lord Shiva that, oh my dear Lord Shiva, you are the cause of creation, maintenance, and annihilation. You have done this, you have done that. So he prays to and he glorifies Lord Shiva in such a way, left, right, center. It appears that Shiva is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Shiva will be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. People might think. In fact, the Shaivites, worshippers of Shiva, they take that portion of Bhagavatam and they say that, see, in Bhagavatam it says Shiva is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Shiva is supreme. Also, in 8th canto in Samudra Manthan, churning milk ocean, also, when that hala, that poison came out, Lord Shiva was the one who drank it and he saved everyone. So then the demigods, the devas also prayed to Lord Shiva in such a way that it appears that gives the impression that Shiva is Supreme Personality of Godhead. See? So someone might read Srimad Bhagavatam, read that section and say, oh, Shiva is Supreme. Just take that portion. So that's why Srimad Bhagavatam says Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead in 1.3.28. This is the emperor verse. This is the main truth of Bhagavatam. So then if someone says that no, Shiva is Supreme in 4th canto, in that section, tell him that no, this is the main point philosophy of Bhagavatam, that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and any other things, any other verses. This is the emperor verse. So any other verse should be explained according to this. According to this. Now, what point that he also brought, Jiva Goswami also brought here, that Mahachak Sarva Pramanam Chakravarti, Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Madhvacharya also described that, talked about that in his Mahabharata Tatparya Nirnaya, that there are Tatparya Lingas, 6 points, Tatparya Lingas for any book you need to see. And also he says about there are 6 points we will discuss later. 6 points like what is said in the beginning of a book, what is said at the end of a book, what is said repeatedly in a book, and what is the unique point of the book, like just 6 points. But main thing he was saying that Srimad Bhagavatam is Praman Shastra. So Pramana and Prameya. 2 points. Pramanas and Prameyas. And he was saying Nirnayak and Nirnaya. Nirnayak Shastra, Nirnaya Shastra. Nirnayak means what is refining. Let me write and show you. Nirnayak, Nirnayak. Nirnayak defines, and Nirnaya or Nirnayak, which defines or which decides, we can say. Nirnaya means which is to be decided based on the Nirnayak. Okay. For example, when we see Previously they used to, now they have the digital weighing machine in the grocery shop and all, everywhere you go. But previously they used to have this weighing machine, the two sides plates are there hanging. So even still now you find that in gold shop and all, sometimes they have it. In some places, even the vegetable centers, they vegetable vendors and all, they sometimes bring it. So there you need to, let's say you need to weigh 5 kilo of rice. So what do? You put rice in a bag and put the rice bag on one side of that weighing machine. On the other side, you put a 5 kilo of measuring weighing stone. A stone, black stone, something like that, which weighs 5 kilo. So now you put that, this is already decided that this stone is 5 kilo. It's already proven this stone is 5 kilo. So now just put this 5 kilo stone in one side. Okay. And the other side, you put the rice bag. So now that stone will decide either this rice bag is 5 kilo or not. Means you are comparing this rice bag with the stone, and then you are deciding that whether it's 5 kilo or not. If the rice bag is heavier, it goes down, it's heavier than 5 kilo. Put out some rice from there. And if it comes up, that means it's lesser than 5 kilo. Put some more, add some more rice there. So that will decide whether it's 5 kilo or not. So that stone is called Nirnayak, one which decides. And the rice bag is Nirnaya, which is to be decided as per the stone. So Srimad Bhagavatam is called Nirnayak, which decides among the Shastras. And other Shastras are called Nirnaya, which is to be decided. For example, in Mahabharata, it says that Pandavas went to heavenly planet, Swarga. Pandavas went to Swarga. Bhagavatam says that Pandavas went back to Godhead in first canto, chapter 15. Pandavas went to Krishna Loka. So now which is true? Which is true? Bhagavatam says Pandavas went to Krishna Loka, means Bhagavad Dhama, back to Godhead. And Mahabharata says no, they went to heavenly planets. Which is true? So then there will be a clash. So now we understand that Srimad Bhagavatam is the Nirnayak, which will decide. So what Bhagavatam says that Pandavas went to Krishna Loka, that is true. So how come Mahabharata is not true? Mahabharata is also true. Then we need to explain Mahabharata accordingly, followed by Bhagavatam. Mahabharata has to follow Bhagavatam. It has to be explained, understood in that line of thought. So when Mahabharata says that Pandavas went to Swarga Loka, we need to understand or explain that Swarga means Krishna Loka only. That Swarga means Krishna Loka Swarga. It's not Indra Loka Swarga. So why it said just Swarga? Why not clearly mentioned Krishna Loka or back to Godhead, Vaikuntha, Golaka? No. Because the audience of Mahabharata are not that intelligent people. Sri Shudras Vijabandhunam. As I say. So audience of Mahabharata are Vijabandhus and Shudras and all. So for them, they don't have clear understanding about Krishna Loka, Golok Vrindavan, Vaikuntha, and spiritual world. So for them, okay, Swarga, okay, fine, they went to Swarga. It's a great achievement, that Swarga. For them. Okay. So that's why it said like this. So similarly, we need to understand Bhagavatam in all the principles of Bhagavatam is ultimate emperor of all the Shastras. Samrat Chakravarti, Sarva Brahmanam Chakravarti. Understand any other verses, any other shlok, any other Shastras in line with Srimad Bhagavatam. Puranas has to be decided, Puranas has to be studied under Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is the Amal Puran, is a Chakravarti of all of them. So any of the things said in any of the Shastras has to be understood in line with Srimad Bhagavatam. Similarly, here also, this verse 1.3.28 is the Chakravarti, Sarva Shloka Chakravarti of Srimad Bhagavatam. Any other things, any of the other verses, if somewhere it says Brahma is supreme, no, Krishna is supreme, because 1.3.28. Somewhere Shiva is supreme, no, Krishna is supreme, 1.3.28. We need to understand that, but that is indirectly meaning. There is different meaning to that. When it says in different place, other place. Even in Shastra also you say, Om Indraya Swaha, Om Varunaya Swaha, or Indra, worshipping Indra or Varuna Chandra. In Vedic Shastra and Vedas, it's said like that. Actually, we think that Om Indraya Swaha or Om Varunaya Swaha, or when we, the Surya Namaskar, we are doing Om Surya, we are offering Om Namaskar to Surya, and different mantras to demigods, different things are there. But ultimately, these things means to Krishna only. For a devotee of Lord, these things mean to Krishna. Because Indra is the name of Krishna. Varuna is the name of Krishna. Chandra is the name of Krishna. Everything, these are the Krishna's names. These are Krishna's names. But during the creation, like beginning of creation, when Krishna created this demigod, he gave his name to them. Okay, you take my name Indra, you take my name Varuna, you take my name Chandra, you take my name this, you take my name that. So Krishna gave his names to these demigods. Therefore, when the Shastra Veda says that Om Indraya Namaha, Om Varunaya Namaha, a pure devotee of Lord, they think that okay, this Indra is Krishna. They mean to Krishna. Like we sing Yani Kani Japana, Vrindaya Tulsi Devya Priya Keshavasya, Vishnu Bhakti Pratidevi Sattvatai Namo Namaha. Vishnu Bhakti. Sometimes devotees have doubt that, oh, why should we say Vishnu Bhakti? We should say Krishna Bhakti Pratidevi. Huh? Otherwise, if I say Vishnu Bhakti, then we will go to Vishnu Loko. No, I want to go to Krishna Loko. I will not say Vishnu Bhakti. I will say Krishna Bhakti. But actually, we should say Vishnu Bhakti because mantra says Vishnu Bhakti. We cannot change the mantra. And then how come we say Vishnu Bhakti? We are Krishna Bhaktas. No, for us, Vishnu means Krishna. With the name Vishnu is also the name of Krishna only. From Krishna comes Vishnu. So when we say Vishnu Bhakti, we refer to Krishna only. Krishna Bhakti Brother Devi means Vishnu Bhakti Brother Devi, we refer to Krishna. So similarly, everything else. So when there is the Shiva is Supreme Personality, no, it means Krishna. Brahma is, it means Krishna. So ultimately, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's the main verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Jiva Goswami calls these verses Paribhasha Sutra of the book of Srimad Bhagavatam. Jiva Goswami analyzes this verse in Krishna Sandarbha in great detail in his first three Sandarbhas, Tattva, Bhagavat, and Paramatma Sandarbhas. In the first three Sandarbhas, Jiva Goswami establishes the superiority of Bhagavan over Brahman Paramatma features of the absolute truth. And in Krishna Sandarbha, he establishes the identity of Bhagavan as Lord Krishna through this verse. This is the verse. Not only that, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in Adi Lila chapter 2, when he wants to establish Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, first of all, he quotes this verse, 1:328, and first of all, he established Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He establishes that in Adi Lila chapter 2 of Chaitanya Charitamrita. And then he establishes the same Krishna as Chaitanya. So then he says, see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Jiva Goswami calls this verse the Paribhasha Sutra of Srimad Bhagavatam. Paribhasha Sutra of any book is stated only once. See, Paribhasha Sutra of any book is stated only once. Generally, in the beginning, provides the key for the proper understanding of the entire work and governs even a great literature that contains millions of statements. Only once, generally in the beginning, provides the key for proper understanding of the entire book. In the beginning of a book, it says only once, okay? And it governs. It's important. Stated only once, generally in the beginning, provides the key for the proper understanding of the entire world, governs even a great literature that contains millions of statements. Okay. The Srimad Bhagavatam describes the ultimate faith of the absolute truth and the supreme goal of life. It is not a random collection of stories. It's not a random collection of stories. Hence, the seriousness of the subject matter of Bhagavatam demands it to be prefaced by a Paribhasha Sutra. Lord Krishna is repeatedly described in the 18,000 verses of Bhagavatam. The verse of Bhagavatam may be compared to an army. Okay, nice. So Bhagavatam verses are like an army, and this verse, Krishna Bhagavan Swayam, may be contained as the commander or emperor of the army. Okay. The meaning of this verse is ete, all these incarnations, cha, and amsha kalaha are plenary portions and portions of the plenary portions. Lord Krishna, Lord's forms are not vivinnamsha, as are the jivas. The swamsha expansions are unlimitedly powerful, but there are gradations amongst them. Example 3.8.3 to 4 clearly states that Lord Vasudeva is superior to Shankarshana. Yeah, you see. The Swamsha expansions are unlimitedly powerful, but they are the gradations amongst them. What I was giving example, similar example, 3.8.3 to 4. Vasudeva is superior to Lord Sankarshana. Amshakala, Pumsaha, personality of Godhead who expands as the Purusha incarnations. It refers to him. Krishna's Lord Krishna too, but it distinguishes Lord Krishna from Amshakalaha with the word too. But also means certainly or indeed, or used for emphasis. This is the word too emphasized that Lord only Krishna is the original form or personality of Godhead, and Narayana or any other secondary expansions of Lord are not the original forms. And the Bhagavan Swayam is the original personality of Godhead. He is a source of all incarnations, in fact, ultimate source of sources of incarnations, and not simply an expansion of Vishnu. This is emphasized by the use of the word Swayam, Bhagavan Swayam. Jiva Goswami analyzes here the consistency, opening and concluding statements of a composition match with each other. Opening and concluding statements. The words Purusha and Bhagavan, Pumsha and Purusha are synonymous, are repeated in the beginning of the verse 1:3:1, and the concluding verse 1:3:28. So both the verses state that all the incarnations come not directly from Krishna but from the Purusha avatars. Yeah. These incarnations come from Purusha avatars, not from Krishna. Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. He doesn't need to create. He doesn't create. He is enjoying. Further, the beginning and ending of Bhagavatam glorify Krishna. 1.1.1. I meditate upon Lord Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Satyam Param Dhimahi. And 12.11.25. Shri Krishna Krishna Sakha summarizes the glories of Krishna. So that's what Tatparya Linga comes. That what is said in the beginning of the book, what is said at the end of the book, what is said repeatedly in this book, what is said uniquely in this book, the way of explanation of this book, and what is the result of this book. Artha Phala. Upakrama Upasamhara Abhyasa Purvata Phala. What is Upakrama in the beginning? What is the Upasamhara at the end? What is Abhyasa again and again? Artha Phala. Like that. Reconciliation. More significant facts are placed at the end of a composition. Though 1:3:23 mentions Krishna in the list of incarnations, 1:3:28 that mentions Krishna as the original personality of Godhead should be given more weightage, as this verse comes at the end of the composition. At the end of this chapter it comes, so it's given more weightage. Distinction, importance of the word tu. Tu here divides the sentence. Tu, Krishna's tu Bhagavans. Since tu is used to indicate that the subject matter following is different from previous ones, it's distinguished Lord Krishna from Amshakalaha. Thus, two conclusively declares that Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. Distinction. Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam. Philosophy. Philosophical statement is more authoritative than that which is historical. The Paribhasha Sutra of a book is like a ruling king whom all other statements have to obey. So if a statement doesn't obey Paribhasha Sutra, the reader may reject it or interpret that statement to make it agree with the Paribhasha Sutra. Okay? So if any other sutra, any other book of this, any other verse of this book doesn't agree with Paribhasha Sutra, we have to reject it or interpret that according to that. What I said, gave example that if Pandavas went to heaven, or Lord Shiva is a Supreme Personality of God in fourth canto, it has to be interpreted according to Paribhasha Sutra. Contradictions, apparent contradictions to Paribhasha Sutra are refuted and correct meanings are given to align with Paribhasha. It has to be aligned with Paribhasha Sutra. Thus it's important, such importance it contains. For example, the pastime of Krishna and Arjuna meeting Mahavishnu, you see, another interesting, 10.89 is explained in detail in this perspective. The word Amshena in 10.43.23 does not mean an expansion of Lord Narayan, but rather it means accompanied by all his plenary portions. Similarly, other examples are found in 10.20.48 and thus Shruti verses are also clarified in similar way. 10.43.23 said that, okay, Amshena. So someone might say, oh, Narayan, okay, Krishna is the Amsha of Narayana. No, Krishna accompanied by all his plenary portions. The false claim that Balarama and Krishna appeared from hair of Vishnu based on some verses of Vishnu Puran and Mahabharata is thoroughly refuted. Kesha means effulgence of Lord's transcendental body. So in Vishnu Purana, it says, and Mahabharata it says the Kesha. So some people think that, okay, Krishna and Balaram came from the Kesha, from the hair of Vishnu. So it's refuted. After quoting several verses that apparently contradict the Paribhasha Sutra and resolving them with correct meaning, Jiva Goswami boldly declares, our Paribhasha Sutra, Krishna to Bhagavan Swayam, now appears as a great heroic king who has just defeated hundreds of enemies in the form of opposing arguments and completely brought them under his submission to the great delight of all onlookers. I shall now bring into view the multitude of arguments that form the foot soldiers, cavalry chariot warriors, and elephant riding warriors of his army. So who are those? Many things he's bringing. Compliments, verses supporting Paribhasha Sutra. Many other verses supports like Lilavataras, Gunavataras, like 10.2.40, 10.14.20. Many other verses supports it. Jiva Goswami quotes from Sridhar Swami, who also confirmed that Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. Principal subject. Krishna's glories are described throughout Bhagavatam, the 10th and 11th canto that constitute almost half of Srimad Bhagavatam, describe Lord Krishna's pastimes exclusively. The first 9 cantos summarily describe Lord's other forms. Further, each of the 12 cantos describe Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead in various instances. Hence, the description of Lord Krishna is the principal subject matter of Bhagavatam. What are the common interest? All the speakers, various speakers of Bhagavatam glorify Krishna, like Sutta Goswami, Sukdev Goswami, Maitreya Rishi, Shonaka Rishi, Maharaj Parikshit, Vidura, they also glorify Krishna. Vyasdev states in 1.7.6-7 that Krishna is the primary subject of Bhagavatam. Substitute Bhagavatam is itself considered one of the forms of Krishna. Okay, Krishna's Swadharma Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is Krishna. Name? No other holy name of Lord is equal to Krishna. Shri Krishnottara Shatanam Stotra and from Brahmanda Purana. Once chanting the holy name of Krishna is equivalent to the purifying effect of chanting the other names of Lord 3,000 times. Yeah, Vishnu Sahasranam is there. So 1,000 name of Vishnu is equal to 3 names of Lord Rama. And 3 names of Lord Rama is equal to 1 name of Krishna. So that means 1 name of Krishna is equal to 3,000 name of Vishnu. Or Krishna personally tells Arjuna, of all the holy names, Krishna is the most important. Pravasha Purana. Reconfirmation. Some examples of Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Samhita, and all. Supreme form, eternal form of Lord. Some examples, Yanvartya Lilopayikam, wonderful verses in third canto, 11th canto. No midyate bravapushe. Narayanastam nahi sarvadehinam. In Bhagavad Gita also. Thus many other arguments are given for that. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So this important point is established through this verse, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. And this is a defining philosophy of Srimad Bhagavatam. Thus it's so important. Swayam. Okay. Purport also Prabhupada describes that how Krishna is like the electric powerhouse, and all other incarnations are like the other incarnations are like small electric bulbs. Avatara means one who descends. All incarnations of the Lord include Lord himself descends on the different planets. Yeah. For example, Lord Parshurama and Lord Narasimha displayed unusual opulence by killing the disobedient Kshatriyas 21 times and killing the great powerful atheist Hiranyakashipu. Like that, Lord, different incarnations comes and they show different things, different prowess. Buddha and Lord Buddha came and he showed his jnana. Lord Ram and Dhanvantari. Lord Ram and Dhanvantari displayed his fame. Balaram and Mohini, Vaman exhibited his beauty. Dattatreya, Matsya, Kurma and Kapila exhibited transcendental knowledge. Naranarayana Rishi exhibited renunciation. Different kind of incarnations came. The specific attraction of his pastimes with the gopis should never be misunderstood. Bhagavatam relates that in 10th canto. So, yeah, the Samambunam Krishna is one without a second. He himself has expanded himself in various parts, portions, and particles. The Swayam Rupa, Swayam Prakasha, Tadekatma, Prabhava, Vaibhava, Vinasha, Avatara, Avesha, technical things. In these are there in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in Bhagavatamrita, Laghu Bhagavatamrita, and all Avesha and Jivas. Swayam Prakasha, Tadekatma, Prabhava, Vaibhava, Vilasa, Avatara, Avesha. Chaitanya Charitamrita describes all this. Krishna has 264 principal attributes and all. See, his personal expansions are called Swayam Prakasha, Tadekatma, up to categories of avatars who are all Vishnu Tattvas. Lord Shiva, who is neither avatara nor avesha, nor in between them, possesses amongst almost 84% of the attributes. That means 84%. That means 55 of 64. But the jivas are the individual living beings, different status. Life possesses up to the limit of 78%. That means 50. And when Like Lord Brahma is topmost Jiva. He possesses